Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway here in Nashville, Tennessee. You see it right there, beautiful. Off the back corner of turn number 4, it is none other than Upstate Al bringing you tonight's all of the racing action of the Outlaw Super Series right here, presented by the iRacing League right here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And we want to thank everybody for tuning on in, and we got to thank the Outlaw Super Series for everything that they do here with the limited iRacing series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Only 3 weeks will remain after tonight, so we are on the downward slope to crowning that 2022 champion, and we got to thank BG Racing, a proud sponsor of the Outlaw Super Series League right here, as they are taking on Nashville. Premier Dental Arts, Premier Service, Premier Products. BG Designs. Are you in the market for a new looking paint scheme or a new hot rod out there as you race on the iRacing circuits? Well, head on over to bgracingdesigns.com, where they have designs already pre-made and designs just starting at $10. Tell them that Turn 3 Racing Network and the limited iRacing series have sent you. It's BG Designs, racingdesigns.com. We also would like to thank W Energy. Are you a little bit, tired? Well, W Energy is what you need to get up there, get energized. Use code ROUNDY85 for 10% off. And tonight's presenting sponsor, GP Diecast. We want to thank them for sponsoring tonight's racing here on the Turn 3 Racing Network as we get ready to go with some racing qualifying just underway, just about finishing up. And as it finishes up, that means we will get ready to go with racing here tonight. And your starting lineup is going to look like this as we take a look at last week's information. As we look at the GP Diecast 125, last week it was Myrtle Beach, where Devin Schillenberg in that 911 car held off the 45 of Casey Bietti and Blaine Harrison for the win. What's going to happen here tonight? And it's very hot and slick. Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, the big half mile right here. The cars are gridding up. Let's go down trackside for the grid. Starting on the pole here tonight. He was on the pole last week. This is going to be the driver out of Vermont. It is the driver of the 45. It is Casey Bietti. Starting to his outside in the Reaper Speed Lab GP Diecast, car number 15, it is Braxton Deweese. Brody Marinko going to join us here tonight in car number 54. He'll roll off in that third position. And outside of him in car number 97, it is Jacob York. Tristan Newman in the Smith & Walters Esports car number 50 will roll off fifth. And outside of him, the driver out of Canada, this is Jeremy Tessier. Tessier in car number 21 going to roll off sixth. 7th starting spot in car number 2. It's the big boss man himself. Car number 38, the BG Racing entry. It is Braden Goddard. Jaden Russell in car number 42. Outside of him in car number 20, it is Tyler Holden. Brendan Carroll is going to roll off in that 10th position, and outside of him, or in the 11th position, outside of him will be Joshua Siegfried. Siegfried in car number 12. Curtis Hedden, Eli Lewis, and Blaine Harrison going to round out your 15-car field. It looks like all cars making it out onto the racetrack as they roll around here. As we take a look from high above the racetrack with the Premier Dental Arts blimp cam. We want to thank everybody for coming on in here tonight to watch tonight's racing action. Good to see Chris Deweese out there. Mark Oath looking out there. Glad to have you guys watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let these drivers know you appreciate what they are doing for us as they start to roll around the racetrack. As they got the one to go sign. Casey Bietti and Braxton Deweese up on the front row as they get ready to go racing here tonight. 125 laps is the distance. the GP Diecast 125 here tonight. Field is off into turn number 4. Green flag is up. And we are underway here. Already 3 wide. Jacob York going to get put 3 wide as they head down here to turn number 1. One car up the racetrack. That was Jacob York. Hard to the outside wall. He keeps it pointed in the right direction, but heavy right front damage on that number 97. Meanwhile, lap number 1 is going to go to Braxton Deweese's yellow flag coming out. Eli Lewis here. The front straightaway is a parking lot. Multiple cars down here. Looks like Brody Marinko involved as well. So our first yellow flag going to come out. Braxton Deweese is your race leader. So just like that, underneath the yellow flag here, let's take a look back here and see what happened to bring out that first yellow flag. It looks like Tyler Holden involved as well. Holden working the outside, York down low. It actually started up in front of him. Holden nowhere to go. Gets to 21 automobile. That was Jeremy Tessier, the driver in that Bud Light out of Canada. Let's go on board with Brody Marinko. Let's look out at the roof cam with the BG Designs roof cam. And just like that, let's watch it one more time. I believe got it from the spotter stand. Oh, it looks like Marinko just comes down. The 21 was down there. The 38 of Braden Goddard involved. Jeffrey Johnson getting a piece of it as well. And able to roll away. We come back here. Everybody coming down pit road, getting all lined up. Lights out around the speedway as we are ready to go back and racing in the GP Diecast. Music City 125. You're in the market. Maybe you're looking for that first win diecast of your favorite NASCAR driver. Head on over to gpdiecast.com for all your diecast needs. And the green flag is up. We're back underway. And Deweese going to slam the gas pedal through the floorboard down here in the turn number 1. Everybody making it out of the corner down the back stretch. Single file up. Tessier going to squeeze on by Jeffrey Johnson. Good battle right here is now Newman working underneath number 1, the 38 of Braden Goddard. They'll make some contact. Goddard was involved in that first wreck, and they are all slipping and sliding out there in this very hot, greasy, slippery Nashville Speedway. Blaine Harrison started shotgun on the field. He'll make his way into that 6th position. Already up 10 spots. Braden Goddard going to get the wall. Philip York going around. Big wreck down here in the turn number 1. Yellow flag coming out as Jacob York and Braden Goddard made contact. Coming down the front stretch. Let's take a look back here at this. See what happened. Up in that outside wall, and it was on there. The 10 of Carroll getting spun around. That was also the 12 of Joshua Siegfried getting involved in that one as well. So just like that, we are slowed down for the second time here tonight. Multiple cars coming down pit road. They do have 2 backup cars available for them down on pit road. we see the 85 of Curtis Heaton hitting the pit stall, getting some repairs done to the Heaton's garage. Number 85. Pace car rolling off turn number 4. These drivers are all going to come out onto the racetrack. Trying not to go down a lap, but if they do, it's alright. Free passes are on. We'll get waved around their pace car if we have another yellow flag. Want to thank everybody for tuning on in. If it's your first time here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Let these drivers know that you appreciate what they're doing. The subscribe button, well, you'll get notified every time we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And that is 7 days a week, multiple broadcasts every night. Whether it's myself, we got Muth in the booth, Dave in the cave, Brett the Jet, and this guy named KR. I'll be in the booth with KR tomorrow night, Monday night at about 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So now up on the front row is going to be Braxton Deweese, and he's got a new partner to play with. That's the number 50 of Tristan Newman, new dancer partner. Then it's the 42 of Jaden Russell. Blaine Harrison started 15th all the way up to that 4th position already. Green flag is up and we are back underway. And Deweese able to get on the gas pedal. One car sideways. Newman's going to hold on to it somehow. He keeps it rolling, but he's going to lose multiple positions there. More trouble in front of him. The 20 car going to get the outside wall. That's Holden. And Tyler Holden's going to go around. But it's starting the yellow flag there. Just out of the camera frame. Not sure what happened to Holden. Let's take a look back here and take a look. Coming down the backstretch. Got up, just got up on the outside wall. Braden Goddard nowhere to go. Gets into the backside. Let's go on board, watch through the driver cam. The Nashville Fairgrounds, a very, very tough racetrack. Multiple groups of racing, provides a lot of good racing. But as you saw here, early on, 124 degrees. Makes for a very, very slick racetrack. And what is one of the most difficult cars on the iRacing service. A lot of horsepower underneath the hoods of these super late models. So these tires out there on the racetrack, well, they will cook like bacon. Lights are out on the pace car. If we look back out on the front bumper of that Reap Marine Sports number 15, the GP Diecast. Number 15 of Braxton Deweese. Pace car down and away. The field rolls through turns 3 and 4. They'll get to the restart zone. Green flag is up and we are back underway, and Deweese going to slam on that gas pedal. Down in the turn number 1 they go. 2 cars making contact. That was Tristan Newman. Braden Goddard's gone around. So far we stay green. Everybody's staying green so far. Eli Lewis now wrecking down the backstretch. Jacob York involved. 1 car upside down. I believe that might be the number 10 of Brandon Carroll. So team cars involved in that one, and they're having a tough start to this night here with the GP Diecast 125. Let's see what happened to bring out this yellow flag. Eli Lewis working the outside of the racetrack. Oh, looks like the 42 got the outside wall. Just like in the previous wreck we saw. Let's go on board with the Premier Dental Arts onboard camera with Jacob York. Nowhere to go. Carroll comes in, makes contact with York as well. Yellow flag out for the 4th time here tonight. As Joshua Siegfried and Brandon Carroll down on pit road. Up front, though, it's been Braxton DeWeese. He's led it since the green flag is dropped. Started in that number 2 position. Casey Bietti, your pole sitter, sits there. Kendrick Cryer had the pole qualifying record at 17.911 seconds. We can take a look here at the qualifying results here for Casey Bietti, and we'll see, was it a new track record? And it was by 0.11 seconds. Casey Bietti set in a new track record for the 2nd straight week with a 17.900. That was your qualifying results. So congratulations to the driver of that 45. Very fast in any car he gets behind the wheel here on the iRacing platform. And not only there, in the real world, the kid really setting fire up in the New England area. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to go back green flag race, and let's take a quick look and see what that track temp is at right now. We're looking at 125 degrees. You can see it right there, the temperature. That is how hot the track is. Partly cloudy. It's 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Bright sunshine here tonight in the afternoon at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Pace car down in the way. The field is going to roll through turns 1 and 2. Braxton DeWeese going to lead them into the restart zone. Playing Harrison down low. Green flag is up. We're back underway. Good side-by-side battle back there for your number 2 spot. Top 2 settle it up. Bietti down low. Here comes the 42 of Jaden Russell. He'll get the outside wall once again. Russell does. That time everybody's going to get on by. 3 wide contact now. Russell's going to go around. And down in the infield he will go. And I believe we are back underneath the yellow flag there. For the 42 of Jaden Russell. Yellow flag coming out. Let's take a look back here. Russell had gotten the outside wall once again. And just like that, yellow flag coming out, and looks like the number 42 has taken it behind the wall for the time being. So tough break there as they work around the speedway. They're going to do that. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Outlaw Super Series at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here to the field. Just getting ready to get the green flag. We're back up. We're back underway. Green flag back out as they head down to the turn number 1. And Braxton Louise going to hold off playing Harrison. Newman starting to come back through the field. He's on the inside of that number 2, Jeffrey Johnson. Side by side, Harrison up the racetrack. He'll move back. It's now the 20 of Holden. He was in trouble early on in this race. Now starting to roll back towards the top 3. Harrison takes a look down though, Holden up the racetrack. Side by side, Bietti works underneath the number 97 of York. That's a good battle back there for the 6th position. Good battle, Newman up there on the inside of the 20 of Holden. Holden out on the outside. One car sideways up in the outside wall. That's the number 7 of Blaine Harrison. And the yellow flag has come out. Jeffrey Johnson going around on the backstretch as well. Let's see what happened to the number 7 of Harrison. Marinko has gone around. Trouble on the backstretch. See Harrison right there behind the number 38 of Braden Goddard. Gets in the corner. Oh, makes contact with the 38 of Goddard up the racetrack. And Harrison hard in the outside retaining wall. Then on the backstretch, there was even more action. Let's take a look here. Let's go on board for the BG Designs onboard camera. You see Harrison go up in the racetrack. Marinko down low. Oh, everybody trying to check up. And that was the end of that one. Let's go on board with Tyler Holden in car view. Goddard really loose, had to check up. More in the contact there. Goddard was just in there with a 4-tire slide trying to save the car. And that brought out the yellow flag here as Holden came to a stop. Marinko went around. Glad to say that Braxton's fan club in the house here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Glad to have you all here. Thank you guys for stopping in and chatting it up on the chat here on the YouTube side. Really appreciate you. Braxton is your race leader, has led it since the green flag has dropped. Working lap number 33 of 125. Lights out on the pace car. It is the 15 of Braxton Louise on the front row. Outside of him, the number 38, the BG Racing Designs.com, number 38 of Braden Goddard. Tristan Newman, Jacob York, make up row number 2. Eli U.S. Curtis Holden, make up row number 3. Jeffrey Johnson, Casey Bietti, row 4. Tyler Holden and Brody Marinko in row number 5. Green flag is back up. We're back underway. Down here in the turn number 1. Cars wrecking in the corner. It is Jeffrey Johnson going around along with Curtis Heaton. They will get the cars pointed in the right direction. And it looks like Jeremy Tessier has brought the 21 behind the pit wall along with the 42 of Russell. Joshua Siegfried sits down on pit road, or back out on the racetrack now, excuse me. Along with Brendan Carroll. Carroll 2 laps down. Should get the free pass this time, I do believe. Let's take a look and see what happened to bring out the yellow flag. Eden just got turned sideways, it looked like there. Let's take another look from up high above the racetrack with the Premier Dental Arts. Blimp cam. Around he went. I believe Carroll should get that free pass. Glad to have tonight's race there, which is being brought to us by GP Diecast. We want to thank them for all that they have done for us. Green flag is back up. Looked like a single file restart there. Braxton DeWeese going to jump out to the race lead. Tristan Newman in second as they work down the backstretch. Fifth spot is Eli Lewis in that Premier Dental Arch, number 3. Everybody getting the feel for it. Side by side, Lewis in the outside wall. That allows the 45 of Bietti to get on by. There comes Marinko. Marinko down the backstretch. They come side by side. Blaine Harrison trying to work the outside of the racetrack. Yellow flag coming out as the 50 of Newman has gone around. So Tristan Newman goes around here in car number 50. That'll bring out our 8th yellow flag. Let's take a look at what happened to Tristan. Oh, got in that outside wall once again and just lost it. Spins it. Oh, York going to get a piece of it. Eli Lewis nowhere to go. Blaine Harrison hits the hooks and has to come to a stop. And that is what will bring us out our yellow flag here once again in the GP Diecast 125. Well, while we got a moment, we want to sit and thank everybody for tuning on in here tonight. We got to also thank the people that make it possible for the Outlaw Super Series, and we need to start with a GP Diecast. Are you in the market for a new diecast car? How about the Ross Chastain, the Watermelon Man? He won his first race this season. You can get all that information right over at gpdiecast.com, your number one stop for all your diecast needs. Checking out the site there, and well, I'll be making a purchase or two here coming up very soon from GP Diecast. Want to thank them for sponsoring not only the limited iRacing series, but tonight's main event that's going to pay $25 to the winner. We also would like to thank W Energy. Use code ROUNDY85 for 10% off your order. BG Designs tonight. BGRacingDesigns.com. Head on over there. Get started on your new iRacing paint scheme. They got schemes starting at $10. Head on over and tell them that we sent you from the Outlaw Super Series. And Premier Dental Arts, Premier Service, Premier Products. And Braden Goddard Racing, the BG Racing team, proud supporter of the limited iRacing series. We and us right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, making it all possible. As lights are out on the pace car, that means we are going back racing. Green flag going to come out. Braden got to really working the outside of the racetrack. Pace car in the safe haven of pit road. Green flag is up and we are back underway. 3 wide back there. Casey Bietti on the outside. Jacob York going to go around, and we make it to turn number 2 once again. And the yellow silk will fly. They were 3 wide going into that corner. That'll make you pucker for sure. Let's take a look here. Down the front stretch they go. York there. Harrison with a run to the inside. Bietti to the outside. Oh, it looks like maybe a little bit of net code sending the 97 around to the inside, retaining wall. And just like that, that'll be the yellow flag. So Braxton Deweese still leading this one. Has led 45 laps so far here tonight as we close in on the halfway point of the GP Diecast 125. See on the bottom of the screen there, your upcoming events next week will be at the Five Flags Speedway for the W Energy 125. At one of my favorite tracks on the platform, the Five Flags Speedway. And then it's Throwback Week. 1 week after that, on May 8th at the North Wilkesboro Speedway with HGC Motorsports Throwback 100. That is your next two races coming up here for the Outlaw Super Series. And we are looking forward to those coming up here in the coming weeks. Like I said, after tonight, only 3 races will remain. Lights are out on the pace car as we go on board with the Premier Dental Arts with your race leader, Braxton Deweese. Green flag is up and we're back underway. Down in the turn number 1 they go. They get side by side a little bit there, back behind them. They work down the backstretch and yellow flag going to come out. Jeffrey Johnson has gone around in turn number 1. Johnson going to take the spin in this one. Proven to be a tough one for the competitors out here tonight. Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, one of the toughest tracks on the circuit. It is showing it here. Let's take a look, see what happened to Johnson. Go down in the turn number 1 and just got over the bumps, got it sideways and right there. DeReed Fabrications number 2. Gonna come to a stop right there on the back stretch in turn number 1. Just like that. We're underneath the yellow flag once again. Braxton Deweese is your race leader. Has led since the green flag is dropped. Got that outside run around your new track record holder of KCBD. It's the number 10 of Brendan Carroll. Gonna get the free pass. Car number 10. Driver out of Danvers, Massachusetts. Gonna sit there and get the free pass, get back on the lead lap. So that'll leave 12 cars on the lead lap. Pace car getting ready to pull off. Braxton Deweese going to show him the way through turns 3 and 4. Green flag will be up. Hard on the gas is Deweese. He'll jump out to a 3-car length advantage, side by side, a little bit deeper in the field. In the turn number 1, Blaine Harrison will go around Heaton. That will be the position for number 8. Down the backstretch they go. 1 car on the outside wall. That looks like to be the 42 of Russell. Or not the 40, that was the 3 of Lewis Possible. Braxton Deweese shows it. Side by side battle back here with Casey Bietti. Down to the inside underneath Braden Goddard. Down the front stretch. Now Bietti going to slide into number 2. 1 car loose off the corner. That was the 7 of Harrison. He'll hold on to it. As all eyes are watching this battle. And a report pit side from our reporter down there, Joshua Siegfried out of the event with a transmission issue. Hope to see him back in action next week at the Five Flags Speedway. Oh, hang on to it, Jacob. Jacob York had a whole handful of wheel down the backstretch. Hold on to it. Now he's going to start to feel the pressure. The number 3 of Eli Lewis. They work down the backstretch. Lewis going to work it right there. But up front, though, Jeffrey Johnson has gone around once again in turn number 1 and 2. So far, we're staying yellow. Will he get it going before the leaders get there? It looks like he will. Now the yellow flag will come out. Is Jeffrey Johnson trying to get the car pointed to the back in the right direction, and he will do so. Take a look back at what happened here on the Turn 3 Racing Network replay. Gets down in the corner, got down over those bumps once again. It's just loosened, and it gets in there, hooks the inside wall. In a very, very tough break there for the number 2. Race leader Braxton Louise coming down pit road. Casey Bietti going to stay out along with Tristan Newman. They both pitted back on lap 31 and 40 respectfully. Braden Goddard going to stay out as well. Eli Lewis. So a handful of your race leaders down on pit road. Brody Marino also. Right side tires on the 15. Going to change all 4. Looks like on that, he will get down and away. Heaton right there behind him as well. So everybody going to come back out onto the racetrack. Marinko still sitting down on pit road. Now is out. So your race leader now is the number 45. That is the 45 of Casey Bietti. Tristan Newman runs in your second spot. Third spot will go to Braden Goddard. Fourth spot, Eli Lewis up 10 positions along with the 5th place running of Blaine Harrison. Harrison started in that 15th position and has raced his way to the front. Tyler Holden runs in 6th. 7th spot is Brendan Carroll. Braxton DeWeese, just coming out of pit road, has led the first 58 laps of this event. Finds himself 8th. Brody Marinko is 9th. Curtis Heaton is 10th. And Jacob York, last car on the lead lap, in the 11th position. As we got trouble on the front stretch. Braden Goddard has gone around. Looks like lights are going to stay out on the pace car. Just past the halfway point. We're going to come to the halfway point next time by. As we work our 11th yellow flag, going to come to a close here. It is the number 45 of Casey Bietti as your race leader. The 50 of Newman is second. Goddard is third. 4th is Lewis. 7th is the number 7 of Blaine Harrison. Pace car down in the safe haven of pit road, ready to go green flag racing. And it is Bietti jumping on the gas pedal. He'll clear to the 50 of Newman. Down here in the turn number 1. One car up the racetrack. I believe that was the 38 of Goddard. Now here comes Braxton Louise. Quickly up to that 5th spot for restarting 8th. For Mr. Goodfields on that number 15 as he runs there. Side by side, Jacob York takes a look underneath Holden as they work through turns 1 and 2. One car sideways down the backstretch. Can he hold on to it? That was a 3 of Eli Lewis. He will hold on to it, but in that Premier Dental Arch, number 3. So Lewis holding on to it, gets it back underway. We stay green. Bietti out front. It is Newman in second. Third is Harrison. He's starting to feel the pressure, though, from the 15 of Braxton Deweese. Deweese takes a peek down to the inside. Can he put it there? No, he'll back out of it into turn number 1. Thought about trying to put the nose in there. Going to hold on to another day. A lot of race left to go in this one as they work through turns 3 and 4. Jacob York starting to come up through the field as well. Yellow flag coming out. The 54 of Brody Marinko has gone around in turn number 4. Get pointed back in the right direction as we are underneath the yellow flag for the 12th time here. Brody Marinko bringing out the yellow flag. Let's take a look and see what happened to the 54. Just got in the corner, got loose, and got behind on the steering wheel there. The car took a hard bite to the right and into the outside wall here in a very fast half mile. Able to drive that Mustang away. As we are underneath the yellow flag here for the 12th time in the GP Diecast. Music City 125. Some cars coming on pit road. Tristan Newman, the BG Designs, number 50 down on pit road, along with the 38 of Braden Goddard. Tyler Holden also down on pit road. Blaine Harrison gonna take the number 2 car, running in the number 2 position down pit road as well. Into the pit stall. Number 10 of Carroll also on pit road. Looks like fuel only for the number 10. Casey Bietti is in that race lead. Curtis Heaton finding his way back up to that number 3 spot. Trying to have a good run here in that number 85. This time by, the lights should go out on the speedway. As we look down from high above with the Premier Dental Arts. Blimp camera. It is going to be Bietti and Deweese up on the front of this one. Eli Lewis in that number 3 spot, or number 4 position. Inside of him, the 85 of Curtis Hees. That's row number 2. Row number 3 is going to be Brody Marinko and Tristan Newman. Braden Goddard and Brendan Carroll make up row number 4. Blaine Harrison and Jeffrey Johnson. Tyler Holden. Green flag is up. We're back underway. Down in the turn number 1 they go, and it is going to work down the back stretch. Bietti working the outside of the racetrack. Here comes Deweese. Deweese down low. He's got about 27 fresher tires than the 45 of Bietti. Will that pay dividend? Those two cars start to stretch it out. There's a big wreck down the back stretch here, and it looks like the 54 of Marinko up on the outside. Jeffrey Johnson going around. The number 10 of Carroll able to get pointed in the right direction. And just like that, we got 10 cars remaining as the 50 of Newman has pulled the 50 behind the wall. Let's take a look here and see what brought out this yellow flag. Take a look at the 38 of Braden Goddard. I believe it started in front of him. I believe it started with the 54 of Marinko getting up on the outside wall. There, and Blaine Harrison getting tagged from behind along with the 38 of Goddard. Johnson gonna go around. And just like that, that's what brings us underneath our yellow flag. And we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Outlaw Super Series, the GP Diecast, Music City 125. Welcome back here as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing here in the GP Diecast. 125, green flag is up, and we're back on our way. Bietti gonna jump away. Get a good jump down here in the turns 1 and 2. Here comes Deweese. Eli Lewis making a charge now. They work down the back stretch. Through the corner, Lewis gonna take a look to the outside. So to see nothing happen there. We got just over 46 laps to go. Jeffrey Johnson working underneath the 10 of Carroll. Carroll working up the racetrack. Goddard going to work by him. As Lewis has now gone around on the back stretch, and we are underneath the yellow flag once again for Eli Lewis. He drops the gear and will spin it back in the right direction. Let's see what happened to Lewis. Got off at turn number 2. The back end just got light and into the inside wall, locking it down. No one else going to get involved, but the yellow flag going to come back out for the number 3 of Eli Lewis. So Lewis going to come down pit side. And get some service done to that number 3. Casey Bietti, your race leader. Braxton DeWeese runs in the number 2 spot. 3rd spot is Curtis Heenan. Fourth spot will go to the number 7 of Blaine Harrison. Fifth spot will be Brody Marinko. Jeffrey Johnson up to the 6th position now, as the 20 of Tyler Holden will go down pit road. Braden Goddard runs in spot number 7. In the 8th spot is Brendan Carroll with that DCR number 10. Tyler Holden is going to come out of the pits in 10th as Eli Lewis will stay on the lead lap. Heavy front end damage to that Toyota Camry. Let's see if it'll have heating issues with that number 3. We will find out. Lewis going to spin it out down in turn number 3 and 4 once again. So we should get the lights off next time by, if you haven't done so during this, head on over to the GP Diecast. Like them on Instagram at gpdiecast.514. Or head on over to the Facebook and give them a thumbs up and a like at GP Diecast. Where you can see their latest pre-orders and new arrivals. Contact us 24/7 for any IndyCar or NASCAR diecast needs. They always offer free shipping inside the United States. Shipping fees required out of the U.S. Contact before purchase to get a shipping quote today. Head on over there and see what they got the offer for you on their shop. They got everything from IndyCar to NASCAR. They've got some dirt late models, some dirt sprint cars if you're into that. 164 scale, 124 scale as well. Head on over there. There's a green flag getting ready to come on out. Green flag is up. We're back underway. To head down here in the turn number 1. Vietti going to jump out to the race lead. Braxton DeWeese right to the back bumper. Blaine Harrison gets a little bit out of shape. He'll get the outside wall, and so far we stay green. Vietti showing the front. They'll jump out to a 1-second lead over third place at Curtis Heaton. Those top 2 cars nose to tail. Blaine Harrison restarted in the 3rd spot, back to 8th now. Tyler Holden is in 4th, and Brendan Carroll. 1 car sideways down the backstretch. That is Eli Lewis. Has gone around, and yellow flag is out for the number 3 of Eli Lewis, who's trying to get the car pointed in the right direction. Casey Bietti going to come down pit road along with the 15 of DeWeese. So your race leaders coming down pit road. That's going to give the race lead to Curtis Heaton. DeWeese down the way. He'll get off of pit road before the 45 of Bietti. So DeWeese, a 2-tire stop there. Brendan Carroll also down pit road. Curtis Heaton is your race leader in car number 85. Want to thank everybody for tuning on in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Started with 15 cars down to 10 after what has been a battle of the racetrack and machine. 125 degrees. Let's take a look in on how hot the racetrack actually is right now as we get ready to go back there. Still sitting at a cool 125 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're seeing how troublesome that is trying to get grip around this racetrack. So Heath and Marinko on the front row. It'll be Goddard, Johnson in row number 2. Row number 3 is going to be Holden and Harrison. Deweese and Bietti in row 4. Then it'll be the number 10 of Carroll and Newman. Green flag is back up. Side-by-side battle back here for the 3rd spot. Now it'll be single file. One car going around. That is Tyler Holden. And just like that, we are back underneath the yellow flag for the 16th time here tonight. I'm liking the odds for Curtis Heaton if he does not have to pit. As long as he get a good start here. Tyler Holden, let's take a look here and see what happened to him as he heads down to turn number 1. Up the racetrack there, and Deweese just maybe a small touch there, and the round will go to 20. Deweese making hard contact down the backstretch as well. With his GP Diecast number 15. That'll bring out the yellow flag here. Heated injury race leader Marinko is 2nd. Goddard up to 3rd. 4th spot, Jeffrey Johnson. We saw his troubles earlier on in the nice rebound for the driver, the number 2 of Jeffrey Johnson, sitting in that 4th spot currently. 5th spot is Blaine Harrison in car number 7. Casey Bietti is 6th. Eli Lewis 7th. Brendan Carroll 8th. Tyler Holden in that 9th position. And Braxton Deweese rolling off of pit road. He'll be in the 10th and final position of cars running on the racetrack. A little bit of housekeeping. Tristan Newman is 11th. He is pulled behind the wall along with Jacob York. Joshua Siegfried, we talked about him. He also had problems. That's number 12 car, 13th. Jaden Russell was out on lap 22. And Jeremy Tessier pulled the 21 Bud Light sponsored entry behind pit wall back on lap number 7. Lights are out, doubling them up. We'll stack them up, re-rack them, and we're going to try it again here as we are closing in on 25 laps to go. Marinko and Heaton on the front row. Green flag is up, and we're back underway. Heaton's going to lead them down in the corner. We look out the back bumper. On board with the Heaton's garage. Number 85. One car away up the racetrack. That's Eli Lewis. He runs side by side with the number 15 of Deweese. Deweese down the inside. Did he make the hold on to it? He does lose some position. Good side-by-side battle though. Bietti down to the inside now. They come off the corner, number 4. Both the cars fishtailing. They'll hold on to it. And here comes Harrison. Harrison down to the inside underneath Goddard. That's the battle for the 4th position. Give it to the number 7 of Harrison as Goddard back to 5th. Jeffrey Johnson on the inside. He'll go around. Jeffrey Johnson gonna go around. Here on the front stretch, and the yellow flag going to come out as next time by. There'll be 25 laps to go. Let's see what happened to the number 2, Jeffrey Johnson. Johnson running there, gets a little bit loose off the corner, down on the apron. A little chain reaction there, and the 2 will go around. "25 laps to go." We'll be right back as we take our final break of the evening. We'll be right back here to bring you the end of the GP Diecast Music City 125.
Bowling brings people together.
Right down the middle. You got it. Uh-oh. Good job.
See what you can do, man.
Oh. Wait.
That's a strike right there.
Connect with family and friends. Go bowling.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back here. Pace car getting ready to go down. It'll be 22 laps to go. Just completing our 17th yellow flag of the evening, and it is going to be courtesy to jumping on the gas pedal. Green flag is up. We're back underway. Heating going to jump down. Marinko going to slam the door shut on the 45 with Casey Bietti. Side-by-side battle back there. Here comes Braxton DeWeese up into that 5th position. Braden Goddard 6th. 7th spot is Eli Lewis. Tyler Holden is 8th. 9th is Jeffrey Johnson, and Brendan Carroll is your 10th and final car out on the racetrack. Up the racetrack goes Bietti. Harrison thought about filling the hole. A little bit of contact back there. Braden Goddard going to take a peek to the inside if the momentum was broke on the 15 of DeWeese. One car sideways, and we're back under the yellow flag. Eli Lewis bringing out the yellow flag for the 3rd time here tonight in car number 3. Having a rough go of it here at this Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. And I can tell you, this track, one of the most technical and difficult tracks. You would think that a half mile would be quite easy. I don't think so. This track, one of the hardest tracks to get a hold of. And then you add the 125 plus degree temperatures of the racing surface. And these Hoosier racing tires do not like it. Could fry an egg out there tonight. Yellow flag going to come out here. Good time to sit to here, and we'll tell you about the Outlaw Super Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and it is brought to you by BG Racing. Braden got a racing car number 38. We thank them for being a sponsor here for the Outlaw Super Series. We also want to thank Premier Dental Arts, Premier Service, Premier Products. How about BG Designs? Are you in the need for a new racing scheme for your race car? Head on over to bgracingdesigns.com where they have paint schemes starting at just $10. Need a little bit of energy? How about some W Energy? Use code ROUNDY85 for 10% off. For W Energy, here a proud sponsor of the Outlaw Super Series and tonight's presenting sponsor, GP Diecast. They have all your need for your diecast needs. They all have it from the dirt tracks to the asphalt tracks to NASCAR. You head on over to the GP Diecast and see their new arrivals today, or give them a like on Facebook or Instagram. Lights are out on the pace car as we get ready to go back green flag racing here once again. Take a look at your upcoming schedule for the Outlaw Super Series. Next week, we head on down to the 5 Flag Speedway for the W Energy 125. One of the best tracks on the iRacing platform, the 5 Flag Speedway, my favorite place. Then we have the North Wilkesboro Speedway, and it will be the HCG Racing Throwback 100. Green flag is up. We're back underway, and it will be the 86 of Heaton. Jillian, a good jump. Marinko is going to fill the inside roll. Side-by-side battle back there for spot number 3, your third and final spot on the podium. Down the backstretch, Marinko in the outside wall. He'll lose 2 positions. Back to 4th. Marinko back to 4th now. Everybody jostling for positions. 15 laps to go as they work through the corner. Big trouble down in turn number 3 and 4. Yellow flag coming out is the number 10 of Carroll involved with the 3 of Lewis. Braden Goddard also involved. As big trouble down in turn number 3. I believe that all started with the 20 of Holden. Let's take a look back here and see what happened to bring out our yellow flag here once again. Holden coming off the corner. Oh, got bumped by the 3 of Lewis. Holden trying to correct. He got in the left rear quarter panel. Collected the 38 of Goddard and the number 10 of Brendan Carroll. Let's go look out the backside with the BG Racing Stockholm onboard camera. Tough break right there. Let's watch it one more time. From Braden Goddard's camera, let's go on board with the Premier Dental Arts onboard camera. That is such a helpless feeling right there. Having that car coming on the back cross track and knowing, well, it is too late to do anything about it. Goddard to take his car down pit road where he still continues to sit, getting some damage fixed on that number 38. Curtis Eden, still your race leader, up on the front of this one. So it'll be 11 laps to go. Casey Bietti, your new track record here for the Outlaw Super Series, is back into that number 2 position. Braxton Deweese is 3rd. 4th is Brody Marinko, and rounding out your top 5 is car number 2 of Jeffrey Johnson. Blaine Harrison runs in that 6th spot. 7th spot belongs to Brendan Carroll. 8th is Eli Lewis. And 9th is Tyler Holden, who is just showing his displeasure underneath the yellow flag. Lights are out on the pace car. It's going to be a 9-lap shootout. Can Curtis Heaton hold on to this one? Will Casey Bietti be able to go to victory lane? Will Braxton Oasis sneak away with the victory here on GP Diecast night? Brody Marinko trying to get back into the hunt as well as he sits in that 4th spot. Jeffrey Johnson, Blaine Harrison. Your top 6 cars. Green flag is coming up. Green flag will be up. Into the restart zone we go, and it'll be Heaton jumping on the gas pedal. Deweese going to sneak into the number 2 position. Door to door with the 45 of Bietti, 2 rows deep. Bietti going to drive it back deep on the outside. Harrison in the outside wall, and the 3 of Lewis involved again, along with the 2 of Jeffrey Johnson. Yellow flag coming out as Harrison got the outside wall. And everybody piling in on that one. See the number 2 is Jeffrey Johnson working down here. It'll be Eli Lewis. Just nowhere to go after the 7 of Harrison got the outside wall. In heavy contact with the 20 of Holden. So Curtis Heaton gonna hold on so far. 7 cars, 7 laps to go. 9 cars on the racetrack. Braden Goddard down on pit road, still getting damage fixed on his BG Designs number 38. Braxton Luis got in that number 2 spot, but now Casey Beatty will be on the inside line. Going to have to time this restart, as we should restart with under 5 laps to go. Want to thank everybody tuning on in here tonight. Sticking it out here. It's been a rough one here with 20 laps to go, or with 6 laps to go, working our 20th yellow flag of the evening. Been a very tough track for the drivers to get a hold of here tonight. Very hot and slick out there. 125 degrees. Don't want to walk across that barefoot, that is for sure. Lights will go out. It'll be a 4-lap shootout. Curtis Heaton on the inside. It'll be the number 15 of Braxton Deweese. Up on the outside, Casey Beatty will restart third. Fourth is the 54 of Marinko as yellow lights come back out onto the racetrack. So we'll go one more pace lap. Lights go out. Make it a 3-lap shootout when we go back green flag racing. Who is it going to be? Braxton Deweese, Curtis Heaton, Brody Marinko, Casey Beatty, your top 4 cars. Green flag is up. We're back underway. Good side-by-side battle down here in the turn number 1. Deweese going to make contact with the outside wall off of turn number 2 after contact with Heaton. Beatty up to your number 2 spot. Deweese back to 3rd. Here they come. 2 laps to go. The Rapid Ears are up. Popsicle sticks are melting. 85 of Heaton showing the way down the backstretch. He's going to see the white silk if they make it there. Beatty is in that number 2 spot. He'll take a peek to the outside, trying to cut it down low. Here goes Braxton Deweese. He'll get loose. White flag is out. This is the final trip around the half mile. Off of turn number 2. Beatty down low. He'll get loose down the backstretch. Heaton's going to pull away. Last ditch effort for Beatty. Can he make it done? Curtis Heaton's going to win the GP Diecast 125. Beatty will come home 2nd. 3rd will go to Deweese. 4th to Marinko, in a top 5 for the number 10 of Brendan Carroll. Lewis will come home 6th. 7th will go to Jeffrey Johnson. And rounding out the cars on the racetrack, the number 20 of Tyler Holden will come home in the 8th position. 9th spot will go to Blaine Harrison. Braden Goddard credited with the 10th position. Newman, York, Siegfried, and the 42 of Russell and Tessier, your 15-car field. And just like that, the number 85 burning it down here on the front stretch to Heaton's garage. Heaton's Esport number 85 going to pick up tonight's win. And we will talk to him right after this here on the Turn 3 Racing Network in the GP Diecast post-race show.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And welcome back here to the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, where we are down in Victory Lane in GP Diecast night, and it is going to be car number 85 of Curtis Heaton picking up the win, surviving out there here tonight, Curtis. And man, talk us through this race. The track conditions, 125 degrees. I don't think saying it's slippery does it any justice here tonight.
It did not. The bumps in turn 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 just made it even more of a challenge to drive. I gotta thank Braden and all these guys for a good league, and Braxton for a great race there towards the end, and Casey. It was just a challenging track with the temp, like you said, being up that high, being slick. It's just all being able to survive the wreck fests and surviving tire management was the biggest key for me tonight.
Once you got up front there, we know you came down on pit road lap 58. Was your plan to stay out the rest of the race at that point?
Honestly, my plan was to quit about 10 minutes left in to jump into do the NIS race, but I got to the front and I said, well, I want to try to contend for the win, and I was like, all right, I'm up here. Nashville's a pretty good track for me. I'm always fast at that track, and I was like, I'm staying up. Let's keep going. I put elbows up, and it was time to go.
This track, not only one of the most difficult tracks, you wouldn't think a half mile would be that difficult, but it ends up being a pretty difficult race here tonight. You're going to come home with the win, and, holding off Casey Bietti and Braxton Deweese, two of the drivers that are pretty good drivers out there on the racing surface. Holding them off, what's it mean to you to pick up a win here in the Outlaw Super Series?
It means quite a bit. I've been with this league for a while, and I've been in and out, just racing when I want, and I've race controlled, and I did a bad mistake at Bristol with Brody, and I'll admit I screwed up, and I kind of just said, you know what, I'm going to take a few weeks off, get my mind right, come back, and I circled Nashville on the calendar, and I said, that's the one I'm coming back at, and I'm going to try to win. So I did it. I came. I conquered. I'm happy.
Well, congratulations on that. Before we let you roll on into the room of doom for Tech, who you got to thank here to put this 85 in victory lane?
I got to thank Rocket Race Wraps, Josh Hayes, Edens Garage, always being with me. Allie Rose Designs, my girlfriend's company. Cam Motorsports, Landon Hoffman, and all them boys over there with the setup shops that I raced with. I got to thank them for helping me get through faster. McConey now with Trevor Edwards and all them building setups. I got to thank all my other sponsors, Doobie. Can't think of all the rest on top of my head, but man, it was a great race.
Well, congratulations on the win here tonight. Hopefully we'll see you on track a little bit more. We only got 3 races left here in the season, so we had the 5 flags next week. Congratulations and enjoy this one.
Thank you, sir.
That is Curtis Hedden picking up his first win of the season here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. And we will now move on to our 3rd place finisher, as Casey Bietti has taken the car to the hauler a little bit dehydrated here, declining an post-race interview. But Casey did a great job setting a new track record here in qualifying, running up front most of the race here, just going to come up 1 spot short in car number 45 in that number 2 position. And that will lead us back to the number 15, the GP Diecast, number 15 of Braxton DeWeese. And Braxton, an up and down night. You're up front for the first 50 some odd laps, come down pit road, and then just were unable to get up there to that back to the lead there. You just need some green flag laps to get back to the front.
Oh, for sure. The whole race, we just needed green flag laps so we could actually see what we could do. I mean, there was just nothing that us fast guys could do with everybody wrecking and stuff. Staying out there like Curtis did was the best thing to do. I was debating whether I should do that or not, just because I knew that there was going to be a bunch of people still wrecking like they were. I figured the tire advantage probably would have been a little bit better. I was wrong once again with that. So honestly, I just wish we had more green flag racing. I guarantee if we had more green flag laps, Curtis wouldn't have won that. Good win to him and good strategy for staying out there holding us off. You really have to hit your marks and keep after it to keep me and Casey behind him. So I just wish that we could get some green flag racing here. I wish that we could use our minds and actually just be patient and actually drive the cars, not worry about, oh, I need to get past this guy because it's this person. Oh, I need to get past this guy because he's doing this. It's like egos are way too high in this league, but it shouldn't be. So I'm just really frustrated on not being able to race. I know Casey's feeling the exact same way. He was hopping into my Discord chat, just chatting with me here and there throughout the race. And we were just like, dude, this is just not fun. Like, there's just nothing that's fun out of it if you're running caution laps going at 45 mile an hour. If I want to do that, I'll go in my car and go on the road right next to me. I mean, I do these races because I want to race and actually see what I can do and, try to have fun and whatnot. But you just can't have fun and race with stuff like that. So hopefully we can use our heads and race a little bit next week and weeks to come after that. So I guess we'll just have to see.
You talk about how difficult the track conditions were here tonight, and it was a very difficult track. 125 degrees, slipping and sliding out there. We heard that the tires were melting off the race cars. And next week we go to a track that is notorious at eating these Hoosier racing tires, and that is the 5 Flags Speedway. We head down there for a 125 lap event in 1 week's time. Only 3 weeks left in the season. What's the outlook for 5 Flags and then North Wilkesboro after that?
Pretty much just stay up front and try to hit your marks. I mean, if you go to the back, you're probably going to get wrecked or not be able to get back up there. Passing's pretty hard to begin with. I know it's going to be a little hard to begin with next week. Like this week, it was hard to pass as well. That's why you can never see me or Casey, get around Curtis there. We just never had enough time to be able to get in a rhythm and see what we could do. But I'm feeling pretty confident about 5 Flags in North Wilkesboro. I'm definitely going to do some practice for that to try to make sure I stay up front. I'm hitting my marks at all times. So if the strategy like this last race happened, if there's a bunch of cautions and guys pit, they want to like split it in half or something like I kind of did, but I pitted an extra time. Then I feel like just being able to stay out and hit your marks and not burn your tires up for them laps to begin with is probably going to be the best thing to do. So I'm definitely going to try to work on race pace and try to find the best line that's best for my tires and best speed overall. So we'll see what we can do with that.
Well, congratulations on your 3rd place finish and overall a good points night headed into these last 3 races of the season. I know you got a bunch of names on the side of this race car that makes it all possible for you. And once again, congratulations on the 3rd place, but why don't you tell us who makes it all possible for this race car to get here on the podium once again this week?
Yes, sir. You're exactly right. We got a bunch of supporters on the car. My biggest supporter, I'd say, sponsorship-wise, is Glenn Productions of GP Diecast. You know, he's a main sponsor of me usually for a lot of my races that I do. This was a sponsorship race that he had circled, considering he sponsored the race itself. Was hoping to get the win for him because, you know, that would have just looked even better for GP Diecast to begin with. So big shout out to him. If you want any of your diecast needs, 164 scale, 124 scale, 118th scale, Indy cars, World of Outlaws, NASCAR, you know, all of that, where you can get all your diecast. Hit them up at www.gpdiecast.com. I also want to thank the rest of my supporters in Scrubbin' Tires Podcast, Ravenwood Enterprise, Jeff Schmidt Auto Group, Scott Martin that works there. He'll sell you a car. It's going to be real nice. He's a cool-ass dude. I also want to thank Bennett's Publical, Blaze Designs, Allen's Art Images, Midwest Bold Fabrications, NASCAR Technical Institute, and Reaper Speed Lab for, you know, helping me out with the open setups and, you know, bringing me on board last year. And looking forward to seeing what we can do more with them and have a chance at Road to Pro next year.
Well, congratulations, Braxton. We'll see you in 1 week's time there. Until then, keep it rubber side down, and we'll see you at the next race.
Thank you, sir. You have a good rest of your week.
That's Braxton Louise picking up the win here, or picking up the 3rd place finish here tonight. Let's take a look at your results here tonight, and it will be, that's your qualifying results here. Truck, get it right. It'll be your GP Diecast Music City 125 results. Curtis Hedden gonna pick up the win over Casey Bietti in spot number 2. Braxton Louise, we just heard from him in the 3rd spot. Brody Marinko gonna roll off and finish 4th. 5th spot will go to Brendan Carroll in the Dwayne Carroll Racing number 10. Eli Lewis will finish 6th. 7th spot will go to Jeffrey Johnson. Tyler Holden 8th. 9th spot Braden Goddard, Tristan Newman, Jacob York, Joshua Siegfried, Jaden Russell, and Jeremy Tessier, Blaine Harrison rounding out your running order. That will do it for us here tonight. It was car number 85 of Curtis Hedden doing the masterful job of staying up front here in his Ford Mustang, picking up the win. Until next week, we are at the Five Flags Speedway. We will see you at the races next week.